Have you ever felt unwanted or excluded, whether it be in a classroom, a group setting, or a workplace? We've all probably felt this type of emotion once in our lives. However, when looking at the majority of workplaces around the world, there is a clear discrepancy between gender and workers. This occurrence is very relevant in STEM work settings where men are the majority. Wyatt Dalton from Pearson's Accelerated Pathways defines STEM to be an acronym for science, technology, engineering, and math. This teaching philosophy was first introduced in 2001, but gender disparity has been going on for much longer than that. So what is gender disparity? It is a type of inequality that occurs when there is a difference between workers based on their gender. This can be pushed even farther to describe how someone is talked to and treated, all the way to the type of projects they can get to be a part of. Dr. Sarah Kaplan spoke on behalf of the Canadian workforce and expressed her concern about the invisible progress towards the equality of gender in the workforce in the past 2 decades. McKinsey & Company furthers this concern by reporting that 23% of the people occupying a STEM position are women, and the rest are men. You don't have to be a mathematician to understand that this percentage is extremely under halfway and represents the urgency of this matter. Now I want you to really picture yourself in this scenario. It's your first day of work with a new company. You took a huge leap and left your old one because you were tired of being thrown to the side and not listened to. You walk into the workplace, and all of a sudden, you're right back to where you started. Automatically, you stick out because no one else looks like you, and you're instantly labeled based on those physical attributes. How do you think that would make you feel? Now, how do you think that would make you feel if it happened in every single workplace you've entered based on your STEM skills? This happens to women on a daily basis, and they are quickly becoming defeated and discouraged to follow the pathway they originally desired. Joan C. Williams from the Harvard Business Review discusses the 5 major biases that push women out of STEM. Women are consistently needing to prove themselves to their colleagues as they are questioned about their expertise, although on paper, they acquire the exact same skills as anyone else. Women are then expected to remain feminine when trying to be seen as competent in masculine ways. It's already bad enough that women feel the need to change who they are in order to be treated properly, but now they are being ridiculed for matching the masculine energy within these companies. Within these professions, women also run into a major barrier of being a committed worker and a loving mother. Unfortunately, most times, women have to choose between the two. When a workplace is predominantly male, women may feel the need to compete against a small number of other women to earn their spot, when really, they need to be supporting each other. Gender bias is a huge instigator for conflict. And finally, women tend to feel extremely isolated in their workplace. They run into a situation where they either don't share any personal information about themselves to remain authoritative, or people just don't care to ask. This is a very negative effect on many women's experiences within the workplace. These 5 points represent some implicit biases that people don't necessarily realize is happening around them, while also representing many explicit biases that feed into gender stereotypes. A perfect example that resembles all 5 of these biases are women in the gaming industry. When you think about video games, who do you picture making them? This is the exact question that needs to be on the forefront when recognizing that there is a big problem in this type of industry. Oculus from Facebook is a very large virtual reality company that launched a question and answer seminar to celebrate the women of VR. They interviewed about 12 very successful women who have made great progress in this gaming sector, and 10 out of the 12 interviewees explicitly stated that they have personally encountered gender discrimination throughout their career. And to make matters even clearer, Oculus added a question about gender inequality because they understand how prevalent it is in the industry. An interesting piece that many brought up was that they believe the majority of men don't realize it's happening because it's not happening to them. This idea would also segue into how majority of movements, talks, workshops, and any other public forum are run by women. But it can't always be this way. If real change is going to happen, everyone needs to be aware and put their best foot forward into helping make a difference. And change can happen. Diversity training can be implemented in all workplaces, as well as encouraging the importance of family. Make a connection with all of your workers and put guidelines in place that refuse any sort of discrimination amongst women. Reach out to young, influential girls who want to be a part of the industry. Let them know that there is a place for them at the table, but that can only be apparent if the practice starts with the women already within the workplace. And to you, the audience, the future is in our hands. Our success should and will not be determined based on the way that we look.